Please be advised this video is for entertainment and or educational purposes only. Always do your own research to make and come to your own conclusions. This video does contain speculation and opinions. Thank you. Did Kimora and Russell Simmons' daughter, AOKI Simmons, just expose something that seems to be, the norm in Hollywood? In the midst of the Diddy storm, there have been stories brought to light about yachts, where people are, calling it yachting and the yacht girl life. And there's rumors out there that AOKI, Lee Simmons, enjoys kind of being in that type of circle. And it's not really her fault that she's naturally in that crowd, because she was born and raised with fame around her, and the industry, music, entertainment, all those businesses. It seems to be a pattern. So let's read this article from usatoday.com. AOKI Lee Simmons, 21, Victorio Asif, 65, and the relationship age gap conversation. Relationships with large age gaps often turn heads, and this one is no different. Paparazzi snapshots obtained by page 6 of AOKI Lee Simmons, 21, daughter of Kimora Lee Simmons and Russell Simmons, which I will add, Kimora Lee Simmons was young when she was sought out by Russell as well. The daughter was seen kissing restaurateur Victorio Asif, 65. Their age gap of 40 plus years has naturally drawn attention on social media. Some commenters on her recent Instagram post chastised her for the apparent romance. AOKI, however, seemed mellow in a recent Instagram live. Last day in St. Bart's, I'm so sad, but I'm very happy, she said. When I return home, everyone who knows me will be getting a happier, more chilled out version of me. She warned her father about the photos that would be dropping and popping out all over media, according to TMZ. I'm not going to kick and scream about her choices, he told the outlet. All I can do is offer my advice and unconditional love. Of course he's going to say that, because he's just like that. Just like this other sugar daddy. Likes them young and fresh. The discourse surrounding AOKI and Asif's entanglement, gotta use that word, thank you Jada Pinkett Smith, is emblematic of a larger trend in recent years of re-examining celebrity relationships with wide age gaps. Demi Lovato and Taylor Swift have both used songs to call out their significantly older exes for dating them when they were in their late teens and early 20s. Fans in turn have used situations like Lovato's and Swift's to call out gender and power imbalances in relationships. Okay. We've reached an inflection point, Andrea McDonnell, associate professor of communication at Providence College, previously told USA Today, citing the Me Too movement, documentaries calling out famous men's misconduct, and ABUSC, and the overturning of Roe versus Wade. Let's see. Taylor Swift, Demi Lovato, and the history of younger female celebrities dating older men. Yes, this has been a pattern in the industry where people just kind of brush it off, being like, oh, it's normal in the industry because they probably worked together and they probably did roles where they were supposedly the same age and it just worked out that way. Hollywood has a storied history of famous couples with notable age gaps, such as Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart, and that was a 25-year gap. Marilyn Monroe, Joe DiMaggio, 12-year gap. Even more recently, Kylie Jenner and Tyga, who met when Jenner was only 14 and he was 21. Yikes. Yeah. No. and Florence Pugh and Zach Braff. Oh, I didn't know about those two. 21-year gap. Raised eyebrows as the several of Scott Disick's relationships. He's the king of that. Oh, yeah. Or should I say he's the lord of that? Relationship age gaps are prevalent no matter the couple's genders, such as now defunct Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles. And her salad dressing. And still going strong couples Holland Taylor and Sarah Paulson. Yes, they are definitely still going strong. And they're very open and very proud. You see them together very often in the public. Elton John, David Furnish, though it's more commonly called out in cases with older men and younger women. Yes. Some have called out their former partners after feeling taken advantage of. Take Lovato's single 29, which was adopted by married TikTok creators calling out their own past relationships. Finally 29, funny, just like you were at the time. Thought it was a teenage dream, just a fantasy, but was it yours or was it mine? 1729, Lovato sings in 29, rumored to be about ex Wilmer Valderrama. Rumored? Do the math and check the facts, and straight up, it's right there. That's about Wilmer, for sure. When Taylor Swift, 32, re-released her album Red 2012 last fall, she updated her breakup ballad All Too Well, allegedly about actor Jake Gyllenhaal, who is 9 years her senior, to include call-outs of their age difference. What we can learn from these relationships. As long as both parties are over 18, these relationships are totally legal. So what's the issue? Developmental and relationship experts cite power imbalances, which relationships with older men and younger women can be subjectable to as a sign that a relationship may not be appropriate. So for like example, a woman like Aoki and say the 65-year-old man. Say they're at like a fancy restaurant and she starts giggling at something said that isn't really funny. It's just a word that people use or something. I know this is a terrible example, but he might be like, don't laugh at that. Like, that's so childish. And right there, it sets off a cycle of he's cutting you down. He's slapping it down. He's putting his foot down. He's pushing you down. Don't change yourself for somebody else, and don't act not your age. Just be your age, you know? Some people, when they're older and the age gap, it doesn't affect them. Some people, it's just, it works out, but not everybody. And when it comes to people in the business and they were born and raised around this type of age gap dating and relationships, they think it's normal, and they might end up in a relationship where the power is imbalanced and they can't get out. So you never know. Megan Gillen, professor of psychology at Penn State, Abington, who studies developmental psychology and body image, told USA Today that individuals in similar experiences should evaluate the situation for themselves. Does it feel appropriate? Does it feel comfortable? Do you feel like you can relate to the person, or do you feel like the person has power over you? And like I said, this is very hard for people that are trying to or want to get out of the relationship. For example, look at Mariah Carey and Tommy Mottola. Look into that, and you could see that was definitely, she was overpowered in that. And she has said how scared and horrified she was just to leave the house to go hang out with the brat. So what does that tell you? And he was sending people out, supposedly following her every move. Terrible. Famous or not, couples gain status or can gain status from a relationship with an age gap, but younger partners in particular also need to be wary of the gender, social, and power dynamics at play. Significant age gaps, relationships require more work than the average relationship from the public's perception alone, Sassoon says. If you're only in it to feed your ego, beware. Absolutely. So what do you guys think about that article? Now, what can we find out about this man? This is a picture of him right here. Asif was raised in Italy and grew up in Milan, where he studied law at the University of Urbino. Per an interview with Naflus in June 2015, for 8 years he had worked at the Milan Stock Exchange. Ooh, money, before choosing to pivot careers. In 1985, he moved to New York City to pursue an opportunity in the fashion industry. So that's how they met, because she models. He opened Cafe Candondetti in the city the same year, which featured original Andy Warhol paintings. He is a co-founder of Serafina Restaurant Group. Oh, see, this is an old picture of him then. And this is what he looks more like now. Asif told Netfluence that he'd been cooking all his life, starting at 4 years old, helping his grandmother with dinner parties for 40 to 50 people. By the time he was 12, she was too old to cook it all by herself, so he mainly took over. Oh, the idea for Serafina came about when Asif and his co-founder Fabio Granato were stranded at sea in a small boat and daydreamed about the perfect pizza. What? Okay. They promised each other that after they got back to the land, they would open a restaurant together, serving the best pizza. And they did just that in 1995, when the first Serafina Fabulous Pizza location opened in Upper East Side. Okay. All right. The original idea was to make a restaurant that was an extension of your own dining room. Of course, especially Italian. You know, that's how we want it. That's how we like it. Everybody's family. A place for families, kids, business people, celebrities, actors, singers could be together and feel comfortable, Asif told Netfluence of his vision for a restaurant. That's how it should be, you know what I mean? Everybody should just kind of pay no mind to each other, enjoy your dinner, but if you catch each other's eye or something, be friendly, smile, say hello, whatever. He continued, the food is made with the best quality ingredients and the prices are reasonable. We started 20 years ago and my vision is to continue our tradition. He was previously married. Okay, let's see. Asif was married to a model, of course. Seems to be his pattern. Or his type. Charlotte Bonstrom. For over 2 decades, okay, and welcomed 2 children with her before their split in 2021. So he was in a long relationship. So either him and Simmons were just having fun and, you know, they were both getting the kink out, or maybe they really found common ground. I don't know. Simmons and Asif were confirmed to be dating in April 2024. In April 2024, people confirmed that Simmons and Asif were dating after meeting in St. Barth's, a Simmons family favorite travel destination. Aoki and Vittorio are spending time together and enjoying each other's company, a source close to Simmons told People. The couple, who have a 44-year age gap, were later photographed enjoying time on the tropical island in pictures obtained by Daily Mail. Soon after the photos were public, Simmons posted a photo of herself on her Instagram story, seemingly addressing them with the caption, well, now I know why my folks were calling me. Her dad said he can only offer his advice on her budding relationship, because he's been there himself. While Kimora has yet to comment on her daughter's new relationship, Russell shared his opinion with TMZ days after the photos surfaced. I'm not going to kick and scream about her choices, he said. All I could do is offer my advice and unconditional love. So that's what we had read before. Simmons and Asif broke up days after getting together. 4 days after People first reported that they were together, Simmons and Asif ended the relationship. Not only is it over, it was never a thing, the insider told People. Aoki is learning to navigate her private life in a public sphere, and that can be difficult. However, Kimora was concerned to see her daughter in that kind of relationship due to what she herself went through. A rep for Aoki could not be reached for comment. I mean, her dad's in some hot water. Maybe they wanted to spice up the media on that and kind of get that on the back burner and get people to forget. Maybe she was just having fun being a yacht girl for a weekend. She needed that vacation. Who knows? I mean, she's a grown adult. It's her life. But like her mother says, it could be worrying. You know, maybe she's been conditioned since she's been in the industry surrounding that type of relationships that are unfortunately kind of normalized, as we've seen in the past with celebrities. I mean, we saw Hilary Duff with what's his name, Joel, was it? What was that band? Good Charlotte? Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. I mean, we had Lindsay Lohan and Wilmer too. There's a lot. There's definitely a lot out there. Well, what do you guys think about this? Is this something that you think her parents should have a say? You think her mom should talk to her about this? Or should they just leave it alone, as she is a grown adult, 21 years old? I do think it's pretty crazy that it made headlines and it is being all over the place. But at the same time, we're also getting to learn the allegations and things that are supposedly normal in the hip hop, world, according to Diddy. Yachts, yacht life, yacht girls, SEX parties and SEX partners that are doing freak offs. I mean, shit's wild. So tell me what you guys think. I will see you in a new video real soon. I'm Linda, and that's For the Record, Your Honor.